Hey Catgingas, DEVA here with another exciting video. We finally can upgrade my personal favorite dual blades from high rank. The Zireael dual blades, aka the overall strongest back in high rank. If you don't have these dual blades, you will have to go back to high rank and farm ancient lash until you get the materials to craft them. If you already do have them, you will need to get the unity symbols to upgrade them. Unity symbols are used to craft and upgrade a lot of new things during the Astera festival, so be sure to get a couple of them. They can be obtained by completing the A Shocking Climax event quest. On this video I will cover the top 3 best builds for them and an extra no level 4 decoration budget build. These builds will be a True Crit Element build for maximized damage, a SAFI and VELKHANA build which gets a tiny bit more damage off if you can activate Coalescence, and a Master's Touch plus NAMIELLE build for the PC and console players that aren't that far yet in the game, but as well for people that don't like using protective polish or want more stamina management comfort. It's still a super high damaging build, so be sure to listen carefully because I will explain why so. Let's have a look on the Zireael stats first. They have 364 raw damage, which is 14 less than the SAFI. They also come with 0% affinity and 300 element, which is hidden. To activate a hidden element we have to use 3 levels of free element, else it's like having only raw dual blades. This will cause trouble on build making, but there is a few creative ways around it. 30 hits of purple sharpness, which on dual blades equals 90 hits since they get multiplied by 3 always. Meaning 3 handicraft on dual blades gives you 90 instead of 30 like on other weapons. Before we get into our builds, I want you to slap that like button with your little paws and help me reach 1000 likes if you wish a part 2 cat meme review, which will be way better than my first one, since I have more experience now, better memes, and got some feedback on what I can improve on it. Our first build will be the True Crit Element build. True Crit Element gives us a 55% elemental damage increase when landing critical hits, which is basically always because we have a 100% crit chance on our builds. Since this build doesn't use Master's Touch, we will have to use Protective Polish, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but True Crit Element is just too big of a boost on Master rank to still rely on Master's Touch builds. However, it's not as bad as people think. You just sharpen before the fight starts and you have another 90 hits of purple left after the 60 seconds sharpness protection ends, which is quite a lot for shorter hunts. If you don't have the Rajang helmet because you're a PC player, Garuga legs should work as well, but I think you will miss out the skills, so the only way to drop a skill in this build will be dropping 1 crit boost for level 2 decoration. Augments will be 1 affinity, 1 element, and then you can choose between health regeneration or another element upgrade. Health regeneration is pretty overrated for dual blades since it's so incredibly easy to dodge. The second build will be available for console players only. This is a mix between SAFI and VELKHANA's crit element. Regular crit element gives us a 35% increase on elemental crit damage. The SAFI armor gives us a 20% affinity and 80 base element increase. The 35% and the 80 element do almost compensate with a 20% loss on elemental crit damage from the True Crit element, but on this build we can fit 3 Coalescence in. Coalescence gives us an insane amount of 30 base element and 15 base raw. While Coal is active, this will output more damage than the True Crit element build. So this build is better for monsters that can give you blights, which is almost all of them on Master rank. Blight resistance level 2 comes for free with the SAFI armor, and it has an insane synergy with Coalescence. It makes blights last for only 10 seconds, so you don't have to take any null berries neither all away to heal your fire or blast blights, so it's also a really comfortable surviving skill. It will naturally go away and boom, it activates Coalescence. This build comes also with 2 Divine Blessing and 3 health boosts to have that extra comfort, since using SAFI armor is pretty dangerous. Same augments apply for this one, but you should use health regeneration because it will be a karting land without health regeneration on SAFI armor. Our third build may not output as much damage as the other 2, but it's so much more comfortable that you will have a better chance using this if you're new to dual blades. If someone is not confident with full DPS or die trying builds, there is no point using them. Master's Touch will give you infinite purple sharpness since it prevents us from losing sharpness every time we crit. We have a 100% crit chance build, so we always do crit. The reason why NAMIELLE is still viable in some cases is because compared to SAFI, it only is a 2-piece armor and also gives 2 levels of free element while active. This means we have much more space in our builds since we only have to use 1 free element. The other 2 will almost always be active since element acceleration is so easy to trigger by just continuously hitting the monster and stays for 1 minute. It also gives us an extra 80 element just like the SAFI armor. It may comes with the skills that are bad for other weapons, but incredibly good for dual blades, so it's a win-win situation. Stamina Surge level 3, which is the best skill for dual blades because these weapons highly depend on good stamina management just like bow. Your stamina will recover 30% faster. Constitution level 2 will reduce your stamina reduction when dodging by 20%. Latent Power is just a nice extra that we don't count on but gives us 20% affinity and 20% stamina loss reduction. This means we will be already at 40% stamina loss reduction since the capacity is 50%. You don't need to use any dash uses if you're short on them. I do not recommend Marathon Runner for dual blades. It's not a good skill because it only makes you last longer in demon mode, which is completely useless by draining your continuous stamina slower. And that's not how you play dual blades. You will have regardless to dodge, where constitution is way more important, and go often out of demon mode where stamina surge is more helpful. Understanding the skills and the synergy of a build will give you a much easier and faster hunt than using someone else's build without any background info. Imagine giving someone a fishing rod when he doesn't know how to fish. Regardless if it's just a wooden stick or a platinum fishing rod, it won't help him, and if you don't explain him how to use it. Well, this is maybe a shit example, but you get me. Here is a version of this build without any level 4 decorations for the people that just started playing the game or been unlucky with a level 4 deco drop. You don't lose anything on damage, but you will lose 3 health boosts, so it's not that tragic. These were my top 3 Zireael dual blades builds, and I hope you guys could find something that suits you or have at least a better understanding on some of the skills. If so, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you want to see next from me. It helps me incredibly much and just takes 2 seconds. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn the bell on so you don't miss any future content of me, because I will be covering all the new content as soon as it's out. With that said, I wish you all a nice day and happy hunting, guys. Don't forget to join Cat Gang. Meow.